To je za magora.
Galloway. Got it, Skipper. Yeah, I'll bring him. He's my partner, after all.
What have we got?
New case. White female dumped in plain sight in the grass at the end of Hill Street. Hacks are all over it. Captain's trying to fend them off.
That sounds awfully similar.
The first rule of police work is make no assumptions until you've seen the evidence. Skipper wants you to have your newspaper face on, college boy. I think I know the place where they found the lady. It overlooks Sunset Boulevard. Let's go.
Sakra, proč musí být všichni ti parťáci tak neuvěřitelně jakoby namyšlení vůči těm novým, že? To je tak nehorázný klišé. Svým způsobem, když to tak vezmete, to je všude, ve filmech, v seriálech, ve hrách, prostě totální klišé a furt dokola a dokola a dokola a dokola. Prostě miluju tě, ale jsi strašnej kretén, tak. Kde seš, prcku?
You did a decent job on the Henry case, Phelps. Not bad for your first time at that.
Thanks, Rusty.
Give me a break.
Sorry. Já jsem koukal na mapu.
Don't go getting ahead of yourself. That's one clearance under your belt. Now it's a new day with a new dead lady that needs our attention.
No assumptions until we see the evidence, right?
Right. See, I knew you were a fast learner, Phelps. You might get along after all.
Jo, já vím, ale právě jsem to přejel.
Now, boys, you know as much as I do. I'll be holding a press conference once the autopsy has been completed. I have two of my finest investigators on the case, fresh from bringing down the sword of justice on the crazed sex...
Captain, aren't there similarities between this murder and the murder of Celine Henry? And of Elizabeth Short, for that matter?
So you don't believe there's a crazed sex killer at large preying on women?
Boys, be sensible. We have the greatest police force in all the world, with the greatest scientific investigators at our disposal. How can any killer continue to beat that? Be advised. We keep the gas chamber at San Quentin primed for the sons of Cain who continue to believe they can take a life in the City of Angels.
Yeah, right. Any new leads in the Dahlia case?
Run along, boys, and let these officers get to work. We have God's work to do here, and it can't be delayed.
What do we have, Captain?
Another woman sacrificed. Speak to Carruthers. I want daily reports, gentlemen.
Každodenní hlášení.
This is awful. Just awful.
Jako každý...
I was first on scene.
Okay. Tak hovoř.
You find her, Gonzalez?
Not me. Family out for a stroll. I was first reporting.
Can you show me the body?
It's under the pepper tree, this way.
So what's going on over there?
Ježišmarja, bacha na ty rostliny, sakra na ty stromky.
Can't be much help to you, Phelps.
Tak dík, no.
Here she is.
Už zás?
The stomping angle in the Henry case, was it reported in the press?
Sure was. Every detail a copycat would want was there in the story.
Jo, nemůžu se tam víc podívat, dobře. Deirdre Mullerová Parent Teacher Association. Oho.
Oh, we have a name. Can you run Deirdre Muller by RNI?
Back in a second.
A okradená očividně nebyla.
If the motive was robbery, why not take the money?
Officer Gonzalez, badge 994.
Similar MO.
To what? The Dahlia? I don't think so.
Celine Henry.
That's a closed case. This is probably another sad sack who lost his temper with a broad who wouldn't put out.
Are you a suspect, Rusty?
Watch your mouth, Phelps. All I'm saying is we got enough to do without reopening closed cases.
Talk me through it, Mal.
Severely battered, on display. Footprints would indicate that she has been stomped. Size of the footprints would seem to indicate a smallish men's shoe. What size shoe did Mendez wear?
You finished?
No, I'm not.
11, myslím.
At a glance, I would say
Ne,
strangulation was the cause of death. I'll need to do further tests for semen.
Angry boyfriend. If they were married, they'd be at home. Not humping out here in Lover's Lane.
You mind if I examine the body?
Be my guest.
No počkej, ale teď přece on ji zabil na parkovišti, ne tady.
Look at your mark. It's very
Distinctive. I'll do some comparisons back at the lab and get back to you.
To vypadá jak nějaký možná lano, takový velký, nebo něco takového. Musím ocenit na vývojářích, že oni tu mrtvolu skutečně udělali jako mrtvolu. Znamená, že má fakt i hnědý ruce, už jakoby, že jo, zčernalý a tak dál. Aha.
cut on a finger.
Fourth finger, left hand, a wedding or engagement ring, violently removed.
Zase? Sakra, těch podobností je nějak... Ale nemá na sobě nic napsanýho, to je pravda. Počkej, já chci... Jo. Ta textura vypadá zvláštně, ale dobře. A dolů? Dolů nic. Co dalšího? Ale počkej. Není v tom keři něco? Ne, to je popcorn, jo. Dobře, tak to jsem neudělal, ale nevadí. Já jsem udělal toto, ale to s tím asi nesouvisí. No, teoreticky dneska by to úplně totálně projeli DNA. Ho? Oh.
This isn't what we're looking for.
No, tak jako to, že tam někdo odhodil krabičku cigaret, okamžitě by to řešili všichni. Dobře, takže bych ještě něco nenašel. Ještě něco jsem nenašel. No to vidím, ale... Nic víc to neznamená. Tak něco tady? A počkat. Ne, to taky ne. Tady s tím nic nemůžu udělat. Prsten jsem našel. Dolů chci. Já chci na clean. Ta textura, jak to načítá, je roztomilá, ale... A počkat.
Looks like she was tied up.
It does at first, but that would leave a mark on her other wrist too. I think her watch might have been torn off.
Mhm. A co tady to zranění? To jsme viděli.
Detectives, RNI says that Deirdre Mahler of 130 North Bonnie Brae was reported missing this morning by her husband, Hugo Mahler.
What'd I tell you? Let's grab the husband, take him downtown, and work him over. We can have this wrapped up by lunchtime.
What about not making assumptions and going on the evidence?
Ale zase rozdíl je, že není popsaná tou rtěnkou. Jo, to není naše auto. Dobře, to jsem taky nebyl já. To byla moje myš. Se zbláznila. Jo, tady to myslím nikam nevede, tak pro jistotu takto. Aha.
Still might be some play in the boyfriend angle.
I thought we were on our way to lock up the husband.
If he doesn't work out, that is.
Deirdre Muller has suffered enough. More than enough. You shouldn't make disparaging comments about her without even the slightest inkling of what she was like.
She was a woman, wasn't she?
No.
Around about my third divorce, I realized women might not be as pure angels as we imagine. You're married, ain't you, Phelps?
Don't make any insinuations about my wife.
Hey, she's a woman.
She's the mother of my children.
You're a father, Cole? Then don't tell me your eye don't bend.
This conversation is over.
Bože, to je miláček, ten fakt, ten kolega, to je hrozný. Zlatý Bekausky. Zlatý Bekausky. Počkej, jestli mě tahle hra něco naučila, je se podívat nejprve tady. Není to krev? Ne, není. Co v popelnici? Technicky vzato... Co tady? Co tady? Zahradní domek, nic. Tak zazvoníme. Zaklepeme.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Is your father home?
He'll be home soon. He's been out looking for Mommy.
What's your name, miss?
Michelle Eloise Mahler?
Can we come in?
I suppose so.
Je super, že jim ani neukážu odznaky, že?
Could you have a seat for me, Michelle? We're gonna have a look around.
To je vlastně super, že oni ani neukázali nic, oznaky, jenom jí řekli, že jsou LAPD a ona jim automaticky věří, ty brďo. Housle. I když to je možná moc velký na housle, že? Aha, deník? To bys asi neměl holce otvírat. To bude asi ten prsten, že?
Elgin wristwatch.
Aha.
Probably the same one snatched from her body.
Tak v tom případě hodinky. A tady bude prsten, ne?
No sign of a wedding ring.
Jo, boty, ano. Podrážka. Sakra, to by To by možná odpovídalo té, že? No to by se musel vyzkoušet. Já bych řekl, že to teoreticky odpovídá, ale to říkám jenom na základě toho, co si tak zběžně pamatuju. Hledám případně noviny nějaký. Ještě tady něco je. A hele, počkat.
Incidental.
Počkej, co tam je napsaný? Don't forget, nezapomeň maminčiny narozeniny 16. myslím. A tady na ledničci? Očividně nakoupil. No dobrá, noviny, doufám, že se mi... Počkat, tam je nějaký časopis, ale to je jenom časák. No dobrá.
Is this about mommy? Daddy is trying to find her. Please tell me she's okay.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Michelle, but your mother is dead. Do you think you could answer a few questions for us?
I could try.
When did you last see your mother?
Yesterday afternoon. I went to a dance at Belmont High. Mommy was supposed to pick me up, but she didn't show.
So what did you do then?
I was upset. Daddy came instead.
Ale jo, tak asi nekecá.
And did he come and get you?
Of course. Some boys offered me a ride home, but that's not the right thing to do.
So you were hanging around the school for quite a while. What happened with your father?
I don't know. I called and finally he answered. He came straight away then.
Some of your mother's jewelry was missing. Can you describe her things?
A ring, a watch. I never paid much attention to that stuff.
Takže ty jsi mi kecal a já jsem to podělal. Dobře.
I know it's painful, Michelle, but this may be important. She wore a wedding ring?
Mommy chose it herself. A rose gold wedding band and a matching diamond and ruby engagement ring.
She wore a watch?
Yes, a yellow gold Elgin watch. Daddy bought it for her birthday. We had a fight. It was kind of a makeup present.
Aha, nemůžu entrat.
Your mom and dad are happily married?
What are you saying? Of course they are.
Aha, tak teď ti to nevěřím.
They weren't happy, were they, Michelle? Did your father ever hit your mother?
Just the once. She said she would leave him if he ever did it again. He bought her a brooch pin to make up for it. And he always wore her golden butterfly.
Thanks, Miss Muller. You've been very brave.
Aha.
Hey! What gives?
Daddy, the police
Go to your
are
room,
here.
please, Michelle. I'll talk to the police.
Daddy, mommy is gone.
Go to your room, young lady. She's not even out of school. You can't come in here interrogating her like she's some
Your
kind of...
wife was found murdered this morning.
Found? What the... But she only...
We have some questions that we would like to ask you.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I'll do my best.
What size shoe do you wear, Mr. Muller?
Why do you ask?
It's routine, sir. Simple process of elimination.
9s, I think.
Jak I think 9s? Kámo, když jsme
Why are
naši...
you lying to me, Mr. Muller?
Why would I lie to you at a time like this?
Tak já nevím, protože jsem našel tvoje botičky 8.
That's funny. The work boots we found here are size 8s. Why lie about it if you've got nothing to hide?
Because I always get teased about the size of my feet. You know, small feet, small...
Dick.
Always been true in my experience.
Počkej, to znamená, když já mám 47, tak mám...
So you were here all night. You stayed in while your wife went out to pick up your daughter?
Yes, that's correct.
No to teda není korekt, protože tvoje dcera řekla, že si pro ní přijel ty. Ale nemám. Tak zkusím toto.
You got any way of confirming this story of yours?
You son of a bitch. You come here making all these accusations.
Tak to měl udělat. Ježíš, já jsem blbej, no.
You phoned in a missing persons report this morning?
Yeah, that's right. My wife didn't come home last night. She left around 9:30. Michelle was out at dance. She called me to let me know that Deidre didn't turn up.
No seš podezřelej.
Did your wife ever go out by herself? To bars, nightclubs?
No. What are you suggesting? You suggesting my wife's loose? Now is not the time for you to be pushing me, mister.
Your daughter said you were having an argument.
We argued about who would pick up Michelle. I worked a full day. I wanted to come home, put my feet up.
Víte, proč jsem u toho alibi dal jenom, že o tom pochybuju? Protože v tom důkazu, tady v tom alibi, se píše jenom o tom, že udává opakované telefonáty bez odpovědi v noc vraždy. Ale nemám jakoby řečeno, že jí vyzvedl on. To jsem asi zbytečně překombinoval.
Your wife went to pick up Michelle?
Yes, that's right.
Where's the school?
Belmont High on West 2nd Street. There's a parking lot next door where the parents wait for the kids.
Your wife was beaten and then strangled. In your case, you have no alibi and a history of violence towards your wife.
That's not true, god damn it.
Yeah.
It is true, Hugo. You're a violent man. You try to keep a lid on it at home, but sometimes you lost control. Your daughter and your wife were scared of you.
You don't know anything about me.
To sice ne, ale tvoje dcera mi o tobě něco trochu řekla. Po příhodě domácího násilí.
I know about the golden butterfly, Hugo, and how you bought your wife off the last time you heard her.
She liked to spend money, all right? Dresses, jewelry, her hair. It drove me goddamn crazy. Do I look like a Rockefeller?
Nobody likes a cheapskate, Hugo.
Getting hostile with us is a very bad idea, Hugo.
I'm no murderer.
Make some arrangements for your daughter, and then present yourself to Central Station for questioning.
You gotta be kidding me, Phelps. Put the cuffs on him.
This is an outrage. I didn't kill my wife.
Your daughter is in the next room, Mueller, so I'm giving you a break. Don't make me change my mind, and don't make me come looking for you.
We should go back in there and bust his ass.
1, we need to break his alibi, check phone records, canvass the neighbors. 2, we have motive of domestic violence, which probably goes for half the men in LA. 3, we have no evidence tying him to the crime scene.
Hello, detective.
Tak co zase budeš do mě hustit?
Yes, ma'am.
I heard the terrible news over the radio.
And you can help us with our inquiries?
Yes, sir. They had a row last night. I heard Mrs. Mueller screaming.
Did you see Mrs. Mueller come home late last night at all?
No, not at all. I did see Mr. Mueller put something in the incinerator earlier this morning, though.
I told you he was our guy. Now let's get this bum downtown and into a cell.
Look, there he is now.
To nemyslíš vážně? Uhni, fízle.
Look, that's the latest thing.
Step away from the incinerator. Don't let him get away.
Okay, but no shooting. We need this guy to make the case.
Jo, já hned poklepám, jenom potřebuji ho dohnat, víš? Sakra, je možný, že on je takhle šíleně rychlej. Nebo je Phelps tak šíleně pomalej, nebo já jsem neschopnej. Ale já jenom držím shift zatím. Ale tím si moc nepolepšil teda, no, teď je zabásnou, ale úplně 100%.
Enough running, Hugo! Hands where we can see them.
Krev.
This doesn't look good, Hugo.
I can explain the blood.
Ale je pravda, že ta podrážka nesouhlasí, protože to byly spíš ty pracovní boty, než tyhle bych řekl. A můžu...
Get him booked in at Central, officer. Then put him in an interview room. We'll be speaking with him later. And inform the captain.
Yes, sir, detective.
Is there someone you can call, miss?
I don't... No one's home and...
You need somewhere to stay, Michelle. You have other family? Grandparents? Aunts or uncles?
Call Aunt Helen, but she lives in Bakersfield and...
Call her. We're gonna get someone down here from Juvenile Hall to talk to you in the meantime.
We ought to get some uniforms down here, clean up, take care of the kid.
To je divný.
Galloway, Homicide Division, badge number 564.
Go ahead, Detective Unit.
Can we get Ray Pinker and a technical services team to a house at 130 North Bonnie Bray Street? Send someone down from Juvenile Hall to look after a young lady.
Roger, 11K. Inform Detective Phelps that the coroner has a report waiting. He's morgue downtown when he's available.
Got it, KGPL.
I'm surprised, you know. I didn't make the husband for it.
Always make the husband, fellas. 9 times out of 10, it's the closest person to the Vic who does the deed. God knows I've wanted to kill some wives in my day.
Lex parsimonii.
What?
The law of parsimony. Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is most likely the correct one.
You know, you could have said that without getting all liturgical on me.
I'll try to dumb things down from now on.
Jo, ale já si chci pát, co je blíž. Jestli ta márnice, nebo ta... Aha. Ne, mě zajímá... Centrální márnice je tady, sakra, to bylo hodně blízko. No ale tak ta škola je blíž, tak... Pojedeme na tu střední nejprve.
Try this one on for size. Rusty's razor.
How's that go?
You blame the guy that's banging her.
Ah, of course. The famous Lex Ignoramus.
Closes cases, Cole. Puts a lot of people away that one.
Any Central unit of possible 288 at Belmont High School.
Aha, počkej.
75 West 2nd Street.
Tam jedu.
For further unit to handle identify code 2.
11K to KGPL. We'll take the 288. Go ahead with the further.
Cože zatkněte šmíráka.
Saturday's the spring unveiling, Emmy. It's the first season since fabricationing's over. We have to go. I told you I can't Saturday. I'm busy. Busy where? You're going on another drive with Davy Gardner, aren't you? So what if I am?
Go, Phelps.
To je on, vole, možná. Říkám možná, protože jenom na základě toho, že měl taky takovouhle čapku. Ty můžeš na něho prostě vytáhnout kvér a říct zastav se. Dobrý den, pane s dešníkem. Jsem tam teda jel hodně pomalu.
There he is. See him?
Ježišmarja. No, tak už to mačkám. Phelpsi, sprintuj. Jo, už jede naštěstí. kolega. Tak pozor, už to neudělám špatně zase.
You move a muscle and you're a dead man.
Car 11K, car 11 King, come in. Car 11K, car 11 King, come in.
11K, go ahead.
11K, see the janitor. A green 1946 coupe registered to a Mrs. Hugo Moeller has been found in the parking lot adjoining the Belmont High School and playing fields. 11K, code 2.
Mhm.
What's your name?
Who's asking?
We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Name's Eli Rooney.
You've been in trouble with the law before, Eli?
Some.
What are you doing around here?
I like to keep an eye on the children.
Strictly paternal, is it, Eli?
Don't sass me, boy.
A woman was abducted here last night, Eli, and murdered.
And I would love to make you for that, you oaky motherfucker.
Well, I wouldn't know nothing about that. A woman, you say? I like them a little younger than that.
Turn out your pockets, Eli.
Now, why would I do that?
Because I'm about to break your fucking skull, Eli.
You're under arrest, Eli. You're in very deep trouble. Get some backup down here, Rusty. We need to get this one downtown and into a cell.
I'll tell them we got a kitty.
Co to? Aha.
What time did you see the person park the car?
Late last night, after school social, maybe 1 a.m. I've been keeping a good eye out lately. We've had problems with the child molester.
Eli Rooney. We've met him.
Filthy son of a bitch. He was here yesterday before the dance.
Was it him you saw park the car?
I don't know, sir. I'd like to say yes, but the truth is it was pretty dark.
Would you say Rooney is violent?
Yes, sir. I would say so, yes.
Thanks for your help.
Tak co? Wow. Tak to bude to lano.
Skin samples. We better get Ray Pinker out here.
Tímhle flákl přes palici. To jsme vlastně...
It's from a Chrysler. Could be important.
Teď jenom otázka, byl to skutečně on?
The overalls are stenciled HM. Muller is a mechanic. I wonder what Eli does for a living.
Jo, to je jenom to jediný, co s tím uděláš? Jo, já myslel, že to třeba ještě, dobře. Musí pát dovnitř, třeba i? Mimochodem toho tady necháte jen tak postávat, jo? No, dobře. Já čekám, že pořád začne sprintovat a no konečně.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need interrogation set up at Central for both suspects being held in the Muller homicide case.
Certainly, Detective. I'll get in touch with the watch commander.
Thanks, ma'am.
Jo, ale nejprve se ještě podíváme pochopitelně do té márnice. Na koho troubí, nevím, ale na mě určitě to nemohlo být. Márnice.
I say we make Rooney for this. I think we should lay it on him. He was near the car, he had her jewelry, the DA will love him for it.
Even if he didn't do it?
Who cares whether he did it? You have kids, Phelps? It needs to be taken permanently out of harm's way.
And we let Muller slide?
For a while. He gets a free pass for now.
No, nevím.
I don't know about this. My gut says Muller. We caught him trying to destroy evidence in his backyard, and that was his car with the bloody tools in it.
I never said it wasn't Muller. Hell, he probably killed his wife, deprived that poor kid of a mother. But he's not in immediate danger to anyone else. Rooney's a threat to every kid at Belmont.
He's a peeper, Rusty. We can pick him up for something else.
Really want to run that risk?
To je div, to stejně nějak nesedí. Noční vchod do márnice. Asi tudy, že?
Phelps, Rusty, thanks for coming.
Can you blood type the shoes that we bagged and see if they're a match?
Sure. It'll all be in the report, but I'm assuming you want the details now?
Please. Cause of death is strangulation?
Correct. Take a look at the samples on the bench.
Předpokládám, že tohle lánko.
What are the normal uses for that kind of rope?
On boats, mooring lines.
Correct. Although Ray says that they're sometimes used as bell ropes in churches.
I když ne, to je spíš tady toto vlastně, že? Nebo ne? No tak tohle prostředí to rozhodně není. A... Ty brdo, tak co je, ne? Děkuju.
So are we looking for a sailor or a minister?
Well, in my experience, sailors seem to have the greater libido.
Was Mrs. Muller criminally attacked?
No external or internal traces of semen.
Thanks, Mal. Anything else comes up, you let us know.
Tak to jsi nám toho teda vlastně moc neřekl. Kde jsme jo, tady. Zajímalo mě, jak se dovnitř dostaneš, když je tam ta schránka. No takhle.
Not exactly the happiest of places, the coroner's office.
Carruthers is a good man, professional, diligent. If you're working with a pro, it's easy to overlook the grim realities of a place like that.
Funny job, that, the coroner's.
How so?
No, you don't want them enjoying their work too much. The wrong kind of man can get awfully lonely rattling around a joint full of corpses.
Rusty, that's like something out of the pulps.
Been reading the same ones as me?
I thought you were usually too drunk to get through a magazine.
You know, if I close one eye and squint, you can just about make out the print.
Jo no, třeba spalovač mrtvol. Fakt?
Better not go soft on me in here, Phelps.
We'll work the evidence, Rusty. Let him do the rest.
Yeah, I want to make homicide. You know, you've got.
Tak pak nám tam sedí. Taťulda.
Hey, I gave his wife a tap. I said all's fair in love and war.
Here's where we stand, Hugo. Your next-door neighbor heard screaming coming from your house. You were burning your blood-stained shoes. You have no one who can confirm your whereabouts last night. Your daughter says you're a violent man. We have everything we need to send you to death row, and all you have to say for yourself is, I didn't do it.
I swear I didn't kill her. Give me that lie test. I can prove it.
Why did you burn your shoes, Hugo?
Because I knew you'd never believe me.
Já vám nevím. Zkusme toto. Co na to komunita? Pravda. Dobře.
Believe what?
It's a rabbit's blood. A guy at work brought him in and I helped him skin them.
A kde máš ty králi? No tak se ho zeptáme, a je to, ne?
You know anything about ropes, Hugo?
As much as the next man. I was a scout. I learned some more in the army.
OK, teď mi přijdeš nervóznější.
You learned to strangle with the rope in the army?
With rope, with my bare hands, but mainly with wire. I learned a lot of things in the army, but I still didn't kill my wife.
For argument's sake, what type of rope would you use?
If I had to, I would use a triple braid. Less flex, easier to control.
Jo, no, ten byl zrovna použitej, mám pocit.
Your wife was beaten with a tire iron, Hugo. An appropriate choice of tool for a mechanic.
I know nothing about any tire iron.
Proto se našlo v jejím autě.
You're lying, Hugo. You're gonna have to come clean on this.
You got no proof.
Já mám proof. Hele.
Your wife drove a Chevrolet, Hugo. What make of car do you drive?
A Chrysler Airflow.
So I guess that explains why the tire iron that killed your wife came from a Chrysler. We found your wife's car. Someone parked it at the school late last night. Do you have anything to say about that?
It wasn't me.
Where do you keep your work clothes?
Aha.
I keep them at work in my locker.
Kámo, jsi nervózní a myslím, že když už začali...
Enough lies, Hugo. Your overalls put you at the scene of the crime last night.
Jo, přesně.
My overalls are in the laundry of my house.
No, sir.
Green overalls, blood-stained, with the initials HM found in the trunk of your wife's car.
They can't be mine.
Why, Hugo? Because if they were yours, they'd be in the incinerator too?
Já bych se zeptal ještě toho druhého Lulina, takže přerušit výslech? A kde je ten druhý Lulin? Ten bude asi Ten bude asi v jedničce, že? Ne, ve dvojce, aha. Tady. Ne, to je duty sergeant. Interview room 2, ale je ta? Nebo to je myšleno tady? Aha, dvojka, jasně, takže hledám jedničku. Viewing room. Jednička je tudy. Tady, jo.
Captain, we were on our way to interview Eli Rooney.
Yes, Phelps, I know. This particular fiend is an old acquaintance. I have tried to reaffirm his belief in a wrathful and terrible God. Whichever way it goes, I'll be dealing personally with him.
Jinak řečeno, jeho tvář párkrát dopadla na tvůj pěst.
You look like you've had it rough.
You see me asking for your sympathy, boy?
You're down on your luck, Eli.
I had worse. My family ate roadkill during the Dust Bowl.
But you have a job. A parolee has to have a job, correct?
I had me a job down in San Pedro. I'm looking for something new.
OK, jsi podezřelej.
This place you worked have a name?
Hennessy Marine. You can't miss the
HM?
place, big yellow letters HM out front.
Ty
They give
brďo.
you any workwear, Eli?
Sure. Green coverall. Dang thing was hot. Felt like I was back in the pen wearing it.
You ever tie up any of your victims, Eli?
It's not a nice thing to go calling them.
What would you call them?
I can't say. I learned a long time ago not to go talking about the things I like. Talking about it just seems to get people's dander up.
Answer the goddamn question, Rooney, before I brain you.
See what I mean? Short answer is yes.
You have any preference regarding rope, Eli?
I know a good rope from a bad rope, if that's what you mean. That's not what you mean, is it? Any old rope will do me fine.
Tyjo, to je až děsivě přímý pohled. Fuj.
Farm boy like you, Eli, must prefer Magay for roping. Am I right?
I prefer braid. Tie hitching braid, it stays tied.
You killed Mrs. Muller and stole her jewelry.
That ain't so. I ain't done nothing like that.
Ty se spal do boku a ty se zase díváš do boku.
You have no job and nowhere to live by the smell of things, and you need money. You've been in trouble before, Eli. Who do you think a jury will believe?
I've been in trouble for other things, but I ain't never killed no one. I saw that car coming to the parking lot late last night. Man got changed there and then put his coveralls in the trunk. I saw him drop the butterfly in the lamplight and he strolled out, cool as you like. And I went over and I picked it up.
Takže ten tvrdí, že ho viděl. HMko mají oba. Důvod.
You're as good as done, Mr. Rooney. All it will take now is some paperwork.
Takže ty mi chceš říct, že ty jsi ho viděl. Já jsem si to chtěl promyslet, proto jsem dával to jakože přerušit výslech. Ale teďka mně přijde, jako kdyby teda bylo myšleno, že teda vrahem je manžel. Dobře, tak jako on může... Ale zase jak by přišel... Jak by kecal. Tady to je, že?
I'm not saying another thing until I've seen an attorney.
Počkej, já jsem myslel, že dám otázku. Takže on říká, ten uchylák, že viděl borce, jak přijel v autě. No, logicky by to naznačovalo, když mu řekl, že to sepíšou a pustí ho, takže vrah je teda manžel.
Advice? For my money, Hugo Muller's our #1 suspect. The evidence is solid. I think it's time we hit him with it.
No dobře, no, a já bych... Jo, už.
Hugo Muller, I'm charging you with the murder of your wife. You'll be arraigned and taken before a grand jury. Book him, Rusty.
With pleasure.
Ale nevím teda. A zase máme ten klíč ze Chevroleta. Ten provaz. HM. Nevím, no.
I have to say I'm disappointed. I stood in front of a troop of reporters and made promises. Promises of swift and fearful retribution, and you bring me an armful of vagary and happenstance. You made the department look bad, lad. Do it again and your career as a policeman will come to an abrupt and ignominious end. You two are back on the streets. Find street criminals, roust them, beat them, and restore some fervor to your police work. Your next case will come when you've revived my faith in your abilities. Now get out of here!
Tak to se mi asi nepovedlo. Michelle Mullerovou čeká život sirotkanu. 2 otázky, jasně, ty jsem podělal na začátku. 1 stopu jsem nenašel, rutinní uzavření případu. No, to budou ty otázky, no. Nevím. Aha.
We kept your
two regular army. Lieutenant! Well, we've been over this. That sniper barely missed you back on the beach. Until the mission is over, there'll be no more saluting or signs of rank.
I'm in charge here, Medier!
Do you wish to interrogate the prisoners?
No, they're beat. Why they look so sullen? We're wondering why we haven't killed them yet. There's no greater shame than being taken prisoner.
Get this, Golden Boy actually seems to know what he's doing.
あなた方の階層と名前を名乗ってください。
第44大部隊所属兵だ。
貴様、何様だと思ってるんだ。
See that, boys? He slapped that Jap right upside the head.
It was merely to remind him of his place. His shame was the tone of voice that he used with a superior. I respect the Japanese, Corporal.
Respect, we're here to kill the sons of bitches.
Do you know why we're fighting the Japanese, Private?
With respect, sir, these bastards attacked Pearl Harbor.
And why did they attack Pearl, Private?
Because they hate the US of A and our way of life.
They attacked the US because we cut off their oil. What would we do if another country denied us the gas to run our cars?
Další uškrcení, když hedvábná punčocha.
Ah, Phelps. I was just discussing with Finbar here how well you were doing. Have a seat.
Yeah, it's my real name. And you can just forget all about it.
You boys have a new case. A poor Hispanic woman murdered near City Hall and left lying naked in an alleyway.
Another naked woman, sir?
Yes. We seem to have had quite a run of them since the Dahlia fiends first struck.
Phelps is politely trying to hint that he thinks the Mendez case is hope.
Well, young Phelps, you win some and you lose some in police work.
You're happy with the Mueller case, sir?
Over the moon, boys! The DA couldn't be more pleased with the evidence, the witness, and the lack of an alibi. Now, get out there and catch me another sinner.
Já si myslím, že mě zjebal ten kapitán minulé jenom kvůli tomu, že jsem měl ty 2 hvězdičky. Protože jsem špatně odpověděl na ty 2 otázky, plus jsem nenašel ten důkaz, ale to je klasika. Spíš ty otázky byl problém, ale jinak jako si myslím, že jsem jako postupoval správně, ale nějak je to celý divný. Celý ty 2 vraždy, a teďka máme 3. Já si myslím, že to bude určitě sériový vrah.
You have the address?
It's the alley off of Lisa between Los Angeles and Alameda.
You're kidding. The next one will be opposite Central Station.
Count yourself lucky, Phelps. Most guys would kill to land a case so close to their death.
Yeah, it means they can pop in to hit the office supply of hooch whenever they need it.
You know, that ain't a bad idea. That is not a bad idea at all, Phelps.
Já nevím, celý je to divný, já si říkám, kdyby to byl sériový vrah, tak jak by to mohlo všechno tak šíleně sedět na ty manžely respektive a tak dál. Je pravda, že jsme nenašli ten prsten její. Jo, počkejte, aha, to je bokem. Ani v jednom případě jsme nenašli prsten. Brož jsme našli, ale prsten ne.
Detectives, they're ready to start the show. I'll take you through.
Zase noha.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Brothers, Pinker?
Cause of death is pretty apparent. We thought we'd best wait for you. When you're ready.
Počkej, ale co to tam má? To je kdyby... Jo, je popsaná. Počkej, co je toto? Jo, to je ta punčocha, jasně.
If she took a blow to the head like the others, she was probably unconscious when strangled.
Co je tady toto? Cigarety, jo. Krabice od cigaret? Ne, kapesníčky. Už to vidím, tohle je jenom krabička cigaret. A počkej, co je toto? Sýrky? Nebo... Asi nic, hádám. A tohle předpokládám, ten kelímek taky nic. Jo, tady. Toto jsem hledal. Aha. Což tady tak... Ježišmarja. Tady je krev. Sakra, není té krve nějak hodně. Tady? Hele, no, botička.
Proximity to the scene, plus the bloodstains. No way is this coincidence.
No, ten kelímek asi zase nic. Takže tady to teoreticky... Tady to teoreticky začalo a pak... Nešlapej po té krvi, pak ji tady takhle... Já nevím, táhl nebo... Potom tady něco.
Antonia, it's a start.
A pak skončil... tímto. Aha, ono to míří zpátky.
May as well follow the trail.
Jo, tak to už jsem udělal. Kiss the... Polip krev, BD. No to jsem nechtěl. Chybí zase prste. Jo, chybí.
Another wedding ring torn from the finger. No skin under the fingernails.
Tyjo, ale to vypadá, kdyby to bylo na kost, normálně, fuj. Co to má v ruce? Městská knihovna Antonie. To je to stejné jméno jako na tom klobouku.
21 years old. But why the library card? Did he want us to find it?
A z druhé strany? Nic.
Lacerations on the neck would indicate a great deal of force.
Ty muchy jsou skvělý detail, ale přiznám se. Ne, já jsem chtěl... To vím. Já jsem chtěl ten nápis. Toto. Polipte krev. Black Černá dália nebo Black Dahlia. Ale ta stopa tady nad tím stehnem, vidíte, to je kdyby prostě, já nevím. To nebude slepák, to je moc krvavý, to bude spíš z té vraždy. Stejně jak tady to říznutí na tom prsu.
The evidence in the Mueller case was solid. I'm not convinced about Mendez.
The best way to get away with murder is to pin it on somebody else. I'll bet a month's salary this is a copycat.
Strangled, battered.
Yeah. We know the MO. So does every jerk who kills his wife and girlfriend looking for a way out. I've spoken to Brown. He still believes the Dahlia perp has medical experience.
4 women, all murdered, all put on display, all with messages.
Mueller had no message. Look, Phelps, this is getting us nowhere.
Anything for us to go on, Mal?
Head injuries from contact with road, bruising from a small man's shoe, further blunt force trauma to the occipital region at the base of the skull. Could have been fatal, but clear signs of strangulation would seem to rule it out.
Lipstick appears to be a similar color to the other cases. I'll see if I can nail down a brand.
Já nevím, ale zase je divný, že u všech těch předchozích vražd to místo činu bylo takový, řekněme čist. Jo, ale to asi nic nebude znamenat, že to je jenom prostě, že lol, leží to tady. Jo, že bylo takový čistý, zatímco v tomhle případě té krve je tady tak šíleně moc. Počkej, jestli jsem něco nevynechal, jestli to náhodou nepokračuje nahoře. Tady je ten klobouk. Já nemůžu jít dát. To bylo divný, protože já jsem se nemohl absolutně pohnout. Dobře. Pak to šlo tady nahoru. A taky jsme vlastně nenašli kabelku, že? Tady je krev a co dál? Aha. Počkej, tady byl nějaký tun dun dun. Jo. Aha.
On it goes.
To je divný, totiž tyhle předchozí případy vůbec neměli.
We kept the area pristine for you boys. Let's check it out.
Prací prášek. O nic nebude. Když moskyl je spíš jakoby proti muchám, no tak něco. Okay.
House keys strung up like bait on a hook. That's got to be a code or a cipher.
253. 253. Nebylo to na té...
You think he's trying to lead us somewhere?
Probably all the way to City Hall, that brazen son of a bitch.
Ne, 253, já myslím... Ten papírek, co měla v ruce. Co tady není? Zajímavý. Aha.
Where are you taking us?
So what's going on over there?
Tak v tom případě já jsem si myslel, že ji jako umlátil takhle postupně, ale tohle už fakt vypadá, že nás... Normálně jestli náhodou to není něco ve stylu, no policajti už mě nebaví, jak nemají tušení, tak si jim dám trochu více stop. To bude asi stín od toho prádla. Má paní A. Maldonádová. Co to je za dopis? Jo, to je obálka.
Mrs. A. Maldonado. Could it be Antonia Maldonado?
Clearly wants us to find these things. He's left them for us.
There you go, Phelps. Got a new MO. I told you it wasn't our guy.
Myslíš, že tohle je nový modus operandi, jo? Pozdro na cigaret?
Enameled and gold-plated. This was precious to her.
Ne, to ne. To je bych řekl na líčení, ne? Taková ta číčovinka. Teoreticky. Jo. No by mě fakt zajímalo, jak tohle šlo narafičil teda ten vrah. Aha.
Pulled from the finger and hung up here. What's the significance?
A je to její prsten, není to třeba prsten té jiné oběti? To by bylo, co? Hele, kabelka. Doufám, že v tom kyblíku nebude prst nebo něco takového. Jo, to je druhá půlka. Maldonádová 1012 Nord, platnost průkazu do 19. května.
Mrs. Antonia Maldonado, 712 North Hill Street, downtown.
Mhm. No, ne, ještě ten kyblík. No, tak asi nebyl důležitý. Doufám.
It was Mrs. Maldonado, right?
That's affirmative.
All right, so then there's a husband we should be looking for. Get him, we've closed the case.
Rusty's razor, of course. I don't want to question your tried and tested techniques, Detective Galloway. But doesn't the DA require sound casework before he'll close the book?
If he's got a confession. And, you know, there's ways of getting it.
I'm sure.
To je stejně ale celý divný. Bože, co to bylo za hlásek?
I'm sorry. Can I help you?
LAPD, ma'am. Detective Phelps and Galloway. Does Mrs. Maldonado live here?
Yes, she does. I'm Mrs. Barbara LaPente, the owner of this boarding house. Is there a problem?
I'm afraid so, ma'am. Do you mind if we come in? Is there somewhere we can discuss this?
Of course. Follow me through to the parlor.
Sakra, nehrála ty už někoho tady v téhle hře? Seš mi šíleně seš mi povědomá.
Mrs. Maldonado was found dead this morning.
Dead? Oh no! She can't be.
I'm afraid she was murdered, ma'am. We need to take a look at her things.
I can't believe it. A person seems so alive, and then they're gone. Antonia's room is upstairs. Last door on the left.
Thank you. We'll be back shortly.
Excuse us a moment, ma'am.
Počkej, kam? Tudy, ne? Mimochodem, nemáš tady někde noviny? Dlouho jsem totiž žádný nenašel.
What are we waiting for?
Hledám noviny, buřte. Pana Marie? Co jako? To ještě nikdy nikomu neublížilo. Noviny? Je pravda fakt, jako žádný jsem plně nalevo, že? Jo, 5.
Will you look at that? Someone's turned the place over.
No. A co je obsahem dopisu? Nebo přesně řečeno obálky? Paní Antonia Isabela Maldonádová, penzion Parsons. Antonie. Vzhledem k mé předešlé korespondenci ze 7. srpna vám píši, abych vám oznámil, že vaši žádost vrchnímu soudu státu Kalifornie byla přijata a bylo stanoveno datum jednání. Rozhodové papíry. Váš případ číslo 1198765 bude projednán 17. září. Bylo mi řečeno, že vašemu manželovi Angelu Christopherovi Maldonádovi bytem 304-330 Beverly Los Angeles, Kalifornie byly doručeny úřední písemnosti a byl zpraven o tom, že se má dostavit na ústřední okresní soud. To budou rozvodové papíry výše zmíněného dne. Přestože to není nezbytné a mnoho žen, nebo ne rozvodové papíry, ale jakoby ve vaší situaci tak nečiní, doporučím vám, abyste se dostavila ve stanovené datum na soud, jakože předvolání k soudu, k rozvodovému soudu, tak. Ze zkušenosti vím, že přítomnost navrhovatelky v těchto případech může udělat spoustu k ovlivnění projednávání. Pokud se váš manžel neobjeví 17. září, což mi bylo řečeno, že je pravděpodobné, potom to může pouze pomoci našim šancím. Váš nejdražší Frederick D. Tetterstall LLB JD, doktor práv.
Okay, we have an address.
Takže ona se rozváděla. Ale to přece ještě není důvod.
A smashed window explains why the place looks tossed.
You know how I feel about windows, Phelps.
Skoro to je, kdyby to byl nějaký kopí.
So someone broke in using this thing instead of a crowbar. Wonder where it was taken from.
Z muzea? Mně napadá.
Charm bracelet wasn't among the crime scene evidence.
Já jsem spíš se chtěl podívat na ty dva. Bychom věděli, jak vypadá. Je tu ještě něco? Hádám, že tady do té skříně nemůžu jít. To si bude všechno. V tom případě pojďme dolů. Noviny, 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 noviny. No, cože privát?
We have some questions, ma'am, if you're up to it.
Yes, detective. I'll do my best.
Ty jsi určitě už v tom hrála.
Do you have any idea who might have wanted to hurt Mrs. Maldonado?
That rat of her husband, Angel. She was serving him divorce papers.
If I killed every wife to serve me papers, I'd be a mass murderer.
Are you being flippant, young man?
No, ma'am.
Young man. Ale jo, tak všechno, co říkala, tak nějak sedí.
What can you tell us about Angel Maldonado?
She married him when she was 17. He was cruel to her, very cruel. She was a good girl, little on the religious side, but a good girl.
Mm-hmm. What time did Antonia go out yesterday?
She left around 9.
Do you know where she went?
No, I've no idea. She was a good girl, but she didn't confide in me.
Mhm, jasně, najednou se díváš dolů.
A nosy old hag like you knows everything about the people who live under her roof. Where did she go?
I think she went to a bar. She's been drinking quite a lot lately.
This bar have a name?
El Dorado Bar. It's a Latino place on North Los Angeles Street.
That's only a couple of blocks from where we found the body.
Mhm.
You've had a break-in?
No. That can't be true.
No.
You're being economical with the truth, Mrs. Lepenti. What do you have to hide?
I have no idea what you are talking about.
I have no freaking idea.
So Antonia lost her keys and used the iron bar to jimmy the back window?
I heard a noise in the early hours of the morning. I thought it might be a raccoon at the milk bottles.
Cože?
It'd be very bad for business if this news got out. I have a reputation to protect.
Dobře, to beru.
Antonia and her husband were estranged?
Yes. She moved here after
Počkej,
she
co?
separated from her husband 2 months ago.
But Antonia still wore a wedding ring?
She wore the wedding ring and a necklace. She always wore a religious necklace.
Ne.
That's about all of her jewelry.
V prvé řadě by mě zajímalo, proč v tom překladu, když ona řekla ano, bylo napsáno ne. Jsme Bulhaři, nebo co?
What about her bracelet?
I don't know anything about a bracelet.
You stupid old lady.
In her wedding photo, she's displaying a charm bracelet.
That thing? She never wore it. He gave it to her. She always kept it in that wooden jewelry box.
Thanks, ma'am. You've been very helpful.
Pay a call to that husband of hers. Lock him up and throw away the key.
We can either front Angel, seeing as the finger's pointing right at him, or we could check out the El Dorado one.
Tak asi manžela jsme viděli prvního, ne? No, uvidíme, co bude napsaný první. Maldonado. Tak jedeme za Maldonádem. Vyhrál velkou cenu Španělska tenkrát.
Nosy old hag? Ah, and I I thought I was coming on strong with the ex-wives line.
Sometimes you have to be firm to get the information you need.
God damn it, ain't that the truth?
How about we drop in on the husband instead? See if your gut is right.
I'll take a bar over a husband every day of the week.
Think there's anything to the divorce angle?
I've been through 3, so no big deal. After a while, you just numb yourself to the experience.
But Angel, he's a young Latino man. It would hurt his sense of who he is. He'd see himself as a failure. A woman taking control over his life?
Then she fronts him and he snaps. Works for me. That makes Angel a killer as well as a piece of shit.
Já jsem musel zabrzdit, protože už je to tady hned. Tady? Jo. Four French. A kde bydlí Bublifuk? Maldonado 304.
Maldonado is in apartment 304.
To furt ale nedává smysl těch 253 nebo kolik to tam bylo na té v těch kostkách. To furt žádný noviny, to je divný. Tak hádám, že 1, 2.
Phelps, this could turn ugly. Forget about knocking. Let's take our boy by surprise.
Hey, what the fuck?
LAPD, motherfucker, you're under arrest. What's your beef with I don't want no trouble.
Jo, já nechci žádné potíže, proto jsem vás přepadl ze zálohy.
I got nothing to say.
Jo, on žije ještě. Ještě pořád? Ups. No, zvedni se.
I got 100 pounds of the wine now. Making it be so easy. Damn. They got some decent shots in there. Cuff these sons of bitches, Phelps.
LAPD, you two are under arrest. Call for some backup, Finbar.
Už se toho jména nezbavíš. Konec konců je tvoje.
Galloway, badge number 564. I need a prowl car at the apartment building 330 North Hill Street. 2 suspects need transporting to Central.
Your wife has been murdered, Angel.
Antonia? Oh, God, no!
Where were you last night, Angel?
I was here with my brother the whole night, God damn it! You think I'd kill my own wife?
We should get the whole place a going over, then talk to the neighbors.
Boom tarata boom.
And Phelps, I don't care that you just got smacked in the head. You don't call me Finbar.
Nic, ale to něco křesťanského bych řekl možná. Noviny? Hele, Eldorado.
The Eldorado must be a family favorite.
No, to teda jo.
Just picked fruit market.
Ale...
Angel gets all his groceries from this place.
Ale tak to teoreticky nic nemusí znamenat, že jo? To může mít tu krabici od tam a skladovat to v tom jenom, jako to víno. Nebo co to bylo. No ten chlast prostě. Jako to teoreticky nemusí znamenat, že to pašuje, ale dost pravděpodobně asi jo. Pošlapal jsem ti kloberc. Vidím papír, nic. To je asi všechno, tak jdem. Sousedé, jako třeba tady? Zvedni si ten kloberc.
What do you want?
LAPD. We're making some inquiries.
Make it quick. I work nights.
So you weren't home last night?
No, I was at work.
You know nothing about Mrs. Maldonado fighting with her husband?
Those two? They're always screaming the place down.
Thanks.
To bylo rychlý.
No good. There's nobody here.
Hey, sorry about that. I'm playing with my kids.
LAPD. Were you here last night?
Yeah. My wife and I are separated, and I had the kids last night. I put them to bed early and went to bed myself.
Thanks.
Buff. OK. Jo, tak to mě celkem pobavilo.
Hello.
LAPD, ma'am. Did you hear a disturbance last night?
Yes. Yes, I did. Mrs. Maldonado lit out of here, and her husband ran out after her.
You saw this, Miss?
Aranda. I had the door open a crack.
Did you see Mr. Maldonado come back inside after he ran out?
No. I didn't.
Thanks. We'll be in touch.
I kept thinking you were going to call that one a nosy old hag too, Phelps. Well-executed restraint.
I'm executing restraint right now, Finbar.
Já jsem vlezla. Tím pádem tedy... Počkejte. Já jsem ještě tam nenašel všechno. Fakt? Oh, lol.
This will take some explaining.
Ale zase, že by byl tak blbej a ne...
help, but the Eldorado might have seen the broad the night she died. Maybe the regulars too. You should check it out.
Ale zase, že by byl tak blbej a takhle si to tady nechal pověšený. A předpokládal by... tak možná jako jo, no, tak nás napadli hned, jak jsme tam vlezli. I když taky jsme vykopli dveře, tak ono se není čemu divit, ale... Minout takhle zakrvácenou košili, to chce kůmšt, jako vyloženě. Tím pádem asi jedem do... Co pak? No volali nás, co se děje? Neříkej mi, že on to... Neříkej mi, že ty to nemůžeš jako řidič vzít, že musíš počkat na kolegu Finbara, až to zvedne.
KGPL, 11 King, over.
11K, Captain Donnelly and Detective Sergeant Finis Brown urgently request your presence at Central. A new letter has been found.
11K, en route.
Další dopis.
You don't think it's strange that all these murders are happening to girls who've been out drinking?
No, no. A broad drinks, she gets a bit tight, she starts mouthing off. This leads to that, and she ends up in an alleyway. Sad story, but this town's seen it play out 1,000 times.
Why don't you want to see a connection here?
Because there are perfectly good real-life suspects for every one of these murders. We don't need to go looking for the monster under the bed.
Nah.
Another letter? I thought the letter was from a nut.
These letters, Brown and Hanson believe they are genuine. From him.
Now we sent another.
You know, I really hate this fuck. This Black Dahlia guy. Have you seen the body? Fucking case just nozzle away at your guts. Hollywood. Every prom queen from every fucking hick town in America turns up here. Where do they end up? Gutted on the fucking sidewalk.
The captain is waiting for you downstairs with Pinker.
That bum took a swipe at me, so I put him down in my sap.
We gonna go downstairs and see Donnelly or what?
Ale jo, však už jdu.
Need a drink.
Jenom přemýšlím kam dolů. Jo, tady dolů. Tady jsou schody dolů. Tady jsou schody dolů. Přesně tak, to jsem já. Ten fízl z novinových článků, z novin. Počkej, až budu i v televizi. Tady. Jo,
Boys, come on in. Phelps, have you met Finis Brown?
Pleased to meet you, sir.
His information is confidential and doesn't leave this room.
The new letter was left in the back seat of a cab. The driver thinks it was put through the window and not left by a customer.
We're checking all the fares back 24 hours regardless.
Good.
Like the previous letters, it's been assembled from headlines and type from the Times and Examiner, then glued to an envelope.
What is the other note?
This one? That's also new. A poem, hand-typed.
Do you mind if I take a look?
Go ahead. We've been over both documents pretty carefully. They've been wiped with gasoline, so there's no chance of prints.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down in one round.
Rozmyslel jsem si to, nejednali byste poctivě. K čertu s černou dálí. Text.
That's the message from the Celine Henry case.
Navrš na svou duši silou tohoto prokletí. Zlé skutky, pak zatracen buď a uzři dobro. Nekonečný jako vesmír. A v ruku v ruce ty a tvá sebetrýznivá samota. Hrůzný výjev klidné moci. Ač ty, kdo teď usedáš, nechej ty hodiny. Přijít však ty musíš vypadat, že v tobě čas počítají. A po tolika klamech a zbytečných zločinech budou posměšky provázet tvůj pád nekonečným vesmírem a časem. OK.
Keep upon thy soul by virtue of this curse.
Nebudeš to číst.
That's why we called you in.
Do you think it's original?
Not unless he's a genius.
You like this nut job's poem?
No, I like Shelley. It was written at least 100 years ago.
Shelley? Sure, I knew that.
You see, Finis? I told you this lad was a bright boy.
Sure, but what has it got to do with the case?
Prometheus Unbound. Prometheus was a titan, a superhuman character who defied the gods to bring fire to humanity.
Ano.
The Dahlia guy believes he's Superman.
Your guess is as good as mine. One thing for sure is that he's educated. What about the link to the Henry case?
He could have got the wording from the papers. As you said, he is fiendishly clever and takes pleasure in taunting us. What's happening with the Maldonado case?
We have the husband in custody. We haven't interviewed him yet.
Well, upstairs then, lads, and see if we can break him.
Jo, ale co ten klub Eldorado?
Now the DA wants my head.
Jako nic cupíte do těch schodů. Já nevím. Sedíš tam. No tak dobře, no tak jdem ho teda vyslechnout, kapitáne.
Improved your attitude, Angel?
What do you want me to say? I was with Antonia the night she died, but she left the apartment, and that was the last time I saw her.
So your wife paid you a visit last night. What time was that?
Late, around midnight, maybe? She didn't stay long.
Jak je to alibi jeho? Já bych nerad to manželovo alibi podělal ještě jednou. Ale kecáš, použiju to alibi.
You're lying, Angel. You went after her. I think you killed her.
You're out of your mind. My brother will tell you I was at home.
Jenže... Sousedka, která je příliš zvědavá, tvrdila něco jiného.
We have a witness who confirms that you were arguing, that your wife ran out, that you followed her and didn't come back.
I know this looks bad, but it's not true. We argued, all right, but she went out and I went out after her and she jumped in a car on the corner.
There was a car waiting for her? Can you describe the driver?
Not the driver. It was too dark. But the car, it was a brown Ford coupe.
Mm-hmm.
You and your wife weren't getting along. She was divorcing you. Is that why you killed her?
We fought, yeah, but we weren't getting a divorce.
I don't believe you, Angel. She'd been granted a decree nisi. She pushed you too far and you lashed out.
I told you. I wouldn't accept a divorce.
Jo, tady dopis od právníka.
The judge had set a date. You were going to be paraded in front of the whole city for your cruelty to her, Angel.
Antonia. Oh, Jesus. She came in drunk, out of her mind. She doesn't normally drink. She was looking around in her bag. Said she wanted to serve me papers. Me, her own husband. So I slapped her down. She ran out. That's the truth.
What size shoe do you wear, Angel?
Size 8. What difference does that make?
Ah, yeah.
When we found your wife, her jewelry had been removed. Was she wearing her religious medallion last night?
Sure. She always wore that.
Ale jo, asi nekecá, ale tím pádem kecala ta babka v tom motelu.
What about the charm bracelet? Was she wearing that?
You know about that?
Aha, tak on mluvil o náhrdelníku, aha, sorry.
She didn't like the message. She kept it locked up in that box of hers.
Tak to jsem failnul, ona mluvila o náhrdelníku. On.
Your wife has been brutally murdered. So how do you explain your shirt being covered in blood?
You found that? I cut myself shaving.
Na ruce. Okay.
Angel, I'm not going to waste any more time on this. Give me something or I'm going to have you charged.
My brother, Ippolito, he said some bad things about Antonia last night. So I had to sock him one. We got into it.
Keep talking.
She said she came from the El Dorado bar.
And?
It's not one of my places. We used to buy fruit at the market down the street. But the creep there was always running his eyes all over my wife.
What's the name of this fruit market?
Just picked fruit. Ord Street downtown.
Mm-hmm.
One last question, Angel. Do the words kiss the blood mean anything to you?
No. Sounds sick to me.
You're not in the clear by any means, Angel. You're going back into a cell. You should think about whether you have anything else you need to share with us.
Tak asi hádám, jdem do Eldoráda. Kde seš, prcku?
All units also needs help. 415 and shots fired. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. Unit.
Why don't you come on out, Jimmy? I won't let them hurt you. Not my honey boy.
I told you not to call me that, woman. Now shut the hell up.
You shut the hell up.
That the lady of the house?
It's a nice story. Two old lovebirds just moved in together, but they had a falling out, and he chased her across the yard with a 12 gauge. Now it's him or us.
Get the bastard! Officer down!
Tyjo, on ho normálně odpálil.
Give yourself up! Now! Wine, look at it.
OK, tak teď už jsi v prdeli. No jakmile odpálil 2 fízly, tak skončil, jako no. Ty ale pěkná hovadina. To eskalovalo velice rychle tady. No tak jinu.
Can you drive to this one?
Part of a group of 100.
To je nějaký zašlej pajzl, ty brďo.
What can I get you?
LAPD. Detectives Phelps and Galloway.
Diego Aguilar. How can I help?
You worked the bar last night?
Yeah. Me and a temp guy from the agency.
Did you have a woman in here last night? 21 years old, Hispanic, drinking heavily?
We have a lot of ladies like that in here. But yeah, I know who you mean. Antonia Maldonado. What did she do?
She was murdered last night.
Oh, shit.
Do you know her well? Was she a regular?
Hell no. She was good and tight last night, complaining about her old man. It's a story you get used to working in a bar. She was so hammered last night, she left a letter on the bar. I'll show you.
A waitress. Can I have another spoon?
Do vlastních rukou. I rozvodový papíry. Ty brďo, to měli takhle udělaný. Okres Los Angeles, stát Kalifornie. Já, Antonia Maldonádová, jsem se 8. dne srpna 1947 vlastní, že rozvedla ze svatku manželského, do něhož, dobře, dole to je napsaný, vstoupila s vámi Angelem Maldonádem. 8. srpna 1947 její možnost jako vrchnímu soudu Kalifornie, aby se mohla rozvést ze svazku manželského, do kterého vstoupila s vámi Angele Maldonade, ano, Angeli Maldonade, nevím. Tím pádem vám přikazují, že Angele Maldonado, řečený obžalovaný, že budete předvolán před soud blablabla ve středu 17. září 1947. Jasně, na základě krutosti nebo jako násilí, které způsobujete Antonii Maldonádové. A že bude... Prostě jednoduše rozvodový papíry, no. No, z důvodu násilí. Ne, na základě. Co? Když jsem to celý přečetl? Dobře, tak možná ještě ne. Teď.
Divorce papers. Did you open them?
No need to. She was shouting about it and waving the letter around. Said she was going to show him.
Mhm. Zajímavé.
Can you remember what jewelry she was wearing?
She had a necklace. Some kind of religious thing, I think. The temp guy would have more of an idea. She took the beer he served her and cried into it all night.
What time did she leave?
Can't say for sure.
Když dělá takový randál, tak si nejsi jistý, jo, frére.
Where did she go? Give me something or the LAPD will start getting interested in this place.
Take it easy. She wanted a cab, okay? And my phone was out of order. The closest one I knew was at the fruit market across the street, so I suggested she try there. She seemed reluctant.
Jo, to bude ten stejný, jo.
Did Antonia say where she was going when she left?
She said she was going to serve the papers on the husband. Said that would take the smile off his face. If you ask me, she was scared. And the drink was for Dutch courage.
Jo, to bych tomu věřil podle toho, co víme.
She attract any interest?
An extremely drunk young woman? What do you think? She managed to scare them off, though.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
No problem. Hey, get the guy, will you?
We'll do our best. One last question. What size shoe do you take, Mr. Aguilar?
A broad 9. I have wide feet.
Say, honey, what time do you get off waiting tables?
Tak jenom pro zajímavost, neválí se tady někde nějaké noviny?
My eggs running.
Jo, tvoje vajíčka jsou samozřejmě kvalitní. Telefon. Jo, jasně, mimo provoz, takže musela jít zavolat, jo. Takže musela jít zavolat někam jinam. Just pick up. Jo. Ne, just picked. Pozor, důstojník na cestě.
Handbag was left just up there, overlooking the market.
Could have come here from the start and saved ourselves a day's legwork.
Ty bro, Phelpsi, ty jsi ji kopl vyloženě.
LAPD, Detective Phelps and Galloway.
Clem Feeney, what can I do for you?
Did you happen to see a young woman last night? 21 years old, Hispanic?
Sure, she came by last night. Why do you ask?
She was wearing a necklace?
I didn't notice.
You weren't paying attention, Feeney?
Hey, you're getting the wrong idea.
Yeah.
Exactly how much fruit do you sell here after midnight, Clem?
Look, not much. I sell the odd bottle on the side to the after-hours crowd. But I don't want any trouble. I'm just trying to make a buck.
Jo, jasně. Rozumím.
The young lady arrived around midnight?
Yeah, something like that. Used the phone for a cab and then left.
Zase se díváš bokem, frajere.
You already knew Mrs. Maldonado, didn't you, Clem?
Sure, I met her before. She seemed like a nice lady. Her husband went apeshit one day when he caught me talking to her. She hadn't been back until last night.
This is divnej.
Where did she go from here?
She wanted a cab, but I couldn't get her one. I was about to offer to drive her, but a car pulled up and she got into that.
Okay.
Can you describe the car?
Brown Ford Coupe, I think.
Uh-huh.
She seemed to know the guy.
Do you mind if we look around?
Why would you want to do that?
Because we say so.
I guess you can. Don't you have to get a court order or something? I have rights.
Clem? Shh.
I got a callback for that universal chorus line.
Když se svítí tady, tak je to myšleno sem. Wow. Trochu lahví.
No wonder he stays open late at night. People have to get their vitamins. Check through this stuff before we get back out there.
Jo, to sedí, no. Ale.
Why cut someone who is already dead?
It's a typical power thing. Once the stiff is dead, the creep usually feels they can do whatever they like. You must have seen it during the war.
To je taky od krve? Nevypadá to. Jo, aha.
So what are we hiding in here? This thing needs a combination.
2, 5, 3. Sakra, blbost. Blbost, stopy. Hledám pytlovinu. Ale proč by to tam nechával? To je přece hovadina. S tečkami tady. 253, pamatuji to dobře. Ale... Jo, takhle. Tak to jsem udělal pěknou hovadinu teď. Takhle, 2, 5. 3. OK. Ženy mužům svým podaným, jasně, to je z Bible. No to bude určitě ono. Panna Maria a to je symbol modlení. No, spjaté ruce, nebo jakkoliv k tomu chcete. To je prostě ten ten náramek.
This fruit stall punk gets about 10 seconds to explain before I pull his fucking arms off.
Clem!
God damn it, get after him, Cole. I'll try to shoot out his tire. Wish me luck.
Tak ten borec ho předjel a já jsem ho takzvaně dodělal, toho člověka na té silnici.
You should have grabbed him when we had the chance, Phelps.
When we had the chance, we didn't know he was our guy.
To jsem taky nechtěl.
Strange that he'd leave a trail of blood right back to his own market.
Maybe he wanted to be caught. A lot of them do.
Tak to sorry, no, toho borce jsem nechtěl srazit.
It's almost too perfect, isn't it?
There's
No
no
právě.
such thing as too perfect. Now who's about to get picked? Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
No, střílej.
Hit him, Cole. Spin him out. Keep yourself up. Now.
Tak, teď za to může on naštěstí. Ale prostě divný.
You're a sick man, Clem. You need help.
Outstanding job on this case, gentlemen. The poor woman can now rest in peace. I'll pay the fiend a personal visit myself and remind him that crime in this city does not go unpunished. When they finish with him at the receiving hospital, we'll have him up before the grand jury. I have a meeting this afternoon with the mayor lads. I'll be sure to mention your names. Now, on your way.
Tak aspoň, že nás tentokrát nezjebal jako předtím. Dobře, no. Ale to nemůžete, pane kapitáne. Zranění, no tak stala se určitá nehoda, ale naštěstí Američané mají kvalitní pojištění, díky kterému se jim v podstatě nic nestalo, že jo? Jej.
Sarge, why are the guys giving it to the doggies? They're riding in trucks, numbskull, while you're marching.
They look pretty badly beat up.
Yeah, they do it then. Scuttlebutt says it's pretty hard going down south.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. Recon always leads. How can we fail, Skip, with the Shadow leading the show? Who the fuck is the Shadow? Lieutenant Phelps, the Shadow of Death.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's a quiet fucker, Sarge. Never hear the bastard coming. You're sitting there, field stripping a cigarette, and suddenly he's there looking down on you.
Why do you think we keep saluting that Jap-loving son of a bitch? He's bad juju.
That's enough out of you three. Bad juju? Where were you dragged up? A swamp?